And you make me wonder. Summer people, let's get busy. What do we have? Live. Good morning. Maybe should that work? Let me see. I don't know. Hassle here. Yeah, the wind will do what it does. I can't change that. So we will read what's your issue this week. What should we pay attention to? Ooh, I have a card. Manifestation of purpose. That's the garnet. If you don't have that crystal, look into it what that crystal does, that gem, and perhaps get one. Starting 50 cents to whatever size you wish to have in your household. I have tons of crystals because of that. Garnet. When you figure out where the dude is, since they don't have an obvious list, I gotta see the other book had a list where I can go directly into. There we are. So garnet 131. Let's figure out what is for you this week. Going on. Okay? The Master Crystal Deva Galandel. Manifestation of purpose. The healing journey for you today, my friends, is the energy of this stone gives purpose to all things and has not come into your life to correct, to turn and around or heal or your current surrounds, but simply to deliver the purpose behind them. In life, we all undertake tasks that take time, at the time seem perfect. Then as time progresses, we learn and realize they may not be for us and should be released. So think about what you need to release right now. What is it that you need to let go of right now? What is purposefully no longer serving you? And admit it and correct it and correct your path. However, no matter how tough the path, never surrender until you know why you begun the journey. For if you turn your back too early, there's a great possibility you will just recreate the same picture with a different paint. You know? Same package, different baggage. Garnet asks you to filter all that we will do through our hearts, as it is here that the voice of truth echoes in the soul's halls of purpose and manifests our path in the world. Listen to your heart speak, for between the words is hidden the glory of the universe. Garnet especially applies to creativity, sexuality, relationships, work, diet, children, and other sacral and base chakra activities. You are about to understand your life at a deeper level. Meditate and find space to see all that you are. The affirmation for this week for you is, I manifest my purpose with love as my guide. The key word in activating you in this realm for this week is manifestation of purpose. Really figure out what is your purpose, what are you manifesting right now. Courage, imagination, looking at masculine energy, creativity, sexuality. Where's your sexuality? Just randomly, just really, where are you with your sexuality? Are you satisfied? Needs being met? Is it distorted? Is it not activated? Are you not doing anything about it? That has to do with right now you have to develop your sacral and your base chakra. The lower chakras doesn't mean lower dimensional, meaning like, okay, how do I feel myself? How do I connect with the world? What's my position in the world right now? So again, this week, base chakras, activation. The red ray, so if you don't have the color red in your house, you need something red, and look at that color and see how it makes you feel. What's around you is Grandmaster El Moria, Sanat Kumara, Allah Gobi. Another activation word is relationship. Another activation word for you is the druid in you, the wizard, the witch, the magic, the magi, the Jedi in you. Where's that at? How does that work? How does that unfold in your life? And most of all, and that's where the base chakras lie, is instinct and intuition. Look at that. Okay? So this is for this week's activation. We're looking at base chakras. Now we will look at the I Ching to see what the wisdom with this week holds. And it's hexagram 31, sensitivity. So let's see what this says. The success of sensitivity is beneficial for the true. It is lucky to wed a woman. So see that as a metaphor. Not that you have to go out and marry right now. It's what is the feminine energy of creative aspects of what you're doing this week. You need to marry them. Meaning that what you're doing this week, and if it's a project or something that you have mapped out that has started, you need to commit to it. You gotta marry it. So the overall judgment for sensitivity is sensitivity means feeling, okay? This feeling, okay, root chakra, sacral chakra right now. It's about feeling. How do I feel this week? This is also your chore and your work thing. Develop a sense of feeling. How do I feel? You watch a show that you like, you watch a show that you do not like. Flexibility is above and firmness is below. Like in Kung Fu, you know, flexibility is above, the stance, as you stand in the world, is below. So, the tree in the wind is flexible. The root is firm, standing in the ground, okay? So, be the tree. Be the leaf, but not lost. The two energies respond sensitively, thus they get along with each other. So, partners, there's not room or there shouldn't be space to debate right now. If she's sensitive and you're a little bit more firm, then look at why is she sensitive and why are you firm. Right now you're the root, and somebody said, see, if you're firm, you're the line and she's the kite. Could also be in reverse. This is not gender based. Who's the line that holds the kite and who's the kite? Work together. When the wind is strong, loosen up. You know, when the wind is loose, you know, tighten it and bring it back, you know. Activate that. Again, sacral and root chakra activation this week. Read on what does a sacral chakra do, what does a root chakra do. Also, when you read those chakras, where do you have guilt, where do you have shame, and where do you have blame? These are the greatest blockers of your chakras, you know, when you're not moving forward. And trust me, when I do readings with people, I'm actually 1000% effective and successful because I get you there, like, as in motivating you to look into the mirror to see, okay, I can go there and this is possible when nobody's telling you that. That's what I do. Stable and happy, the man is humble to the woman. That's the energy. That is why it is successful and beneficial for being in your truth. It is lucky to wed that, you know, to commit to that. Not signing contracts, it's commit to the cause. All things and beings are produced through the sensitivity of heaven and earth. Sometimes you are the earth, he's the heaven. Sometimes he's the earth, you're the heaven. The sensitivity of the sages moves people's minds so much that the world is harmonious and peaceful. Observe what they are sensitive to, and the conditions of all things in the universe can be seen. The image in this I Ching oracle, which a lot of people don't even do, I studied it for like 20 years, so I can tell you what I can get into. So sensitivity, again, I Ching is a symbol that's based actually on a hexadecimal number code that is pertaining your gene code. So that directly relates to your codons and your genes. So sensitivity, let me see if I can find that. That should be having the same number. See, I had that before. Oh, they're coming with. Okay. Let me see. The conjoining and uniting in spirit is coming up again. And that is to excite, stimulate, influence, strong attraction, bring together what belongs together, the sacred river, mountain, place where sacrifice is offered, the site of creative transformation. Let me see that I have the correct number. This is 31. This is about sensitivity. I just have to check that I have the same symbol. Yeah. I just have to look at the elements. There is heaven and earth, and there are the myriad of beings. There are the myriad of beings, and then there is man and woman. There's man and woman, and there's husband and wife. There's husband and wife, then there's father and son, or mother and daughter, or father and son. There is leader and server, master and servant. There is above and below. There is above and below. When there's a place to perfect the rights and nourish the righteous, uniting in spirit, accept this and use the energy of conjoining. So bring stuff together. So here is, it might get weird, but this is also on a platter. If you have a strong attraction to something, if you love something, go for it. Ask. It doesn't matter what condition you're in or where you are. You never ask, you shall never know where this will take you, or if it's beneficial for you to be taken there. You understand? Let me see if I make this sound-wise a little better, because the pad sometimes seems backwards, and maybe next time I do it on my phone and you have better sound. This should be better. So unite spirit, and the same energy was like last week. Again, make an offering and you will succeed. You are on trial right now. Oops. The wind is pretty much kicking my behind. Let me do this in a nice way. Yeah, what I'm wearing is a neurophone. That is a neurological efficiency stimulation device to make my brain work more efficient without having to sit 50,000 years in an ashram to figure it out, okay? So we do this the faster way, Neo-Neurophone by Patrick Flanagan. Pretty powerful. So embrace the sensitive, as in embrace the women right now, and look at the sensitive things of what's being felt by the feminine aspect, especially the females. What's upsetting? Why is that so? No judging that. Listening to that, integrating that. Those that are single, look at yourself within your own relationship between husband and wife within you. What are you sensitive to and what are you strong about? Combine the two and you're invincible. The choice is with you and for you. So, let's see. Again, excite, stimulate, influence, mobilize. So you got to move. Strong attraction, connection. Bring together what belongs together. Touch, move, transform, trigger. All totally universal. Harmonize, unite, conjunct as planets. Literally a broken piece of pottery, two halves of which are used to identify patterns. So whatever is broken, put the pieces together and look at what is actually the vessel made out of. And when you don't look at the fragments, but you look at the whole and the entire picture, you actually see, okay, this is actually why this is taking place and why we need that. And that, in short, concludes the energetic reading for this week. So every now and then I think it's necessary for me to do that. I'll bring it. I'll keep it short and simple. If anybody has questions right now, I'll give it 5 minutes so I can reply as fast as I can, and then this transmission will end. Now, don't be shy. Ask. Anyone? This is free right now, people. My stuff is, at times, wherever it will be. So this is free. Use the opportunity to ask now. Any questions? Is he cheating? No, not really. Something purposeful you should ask. Well, there's no black sun. There's a second sun in our solar system that we have missed, and that can only be seen if you could look behind the sun, and it's not black. It's just not in sight. It's like saying the moon is black. Well, right now we don't see the moon because the moon is on the other side of the planet. So, we are from a binary star system. If you watch Star Wars, you see it. You watch Star Trek, it is announced. So, the black sun, as in you can say thy hidden self, is behind the sun. How do I find my purpose? Well, what are you good at? Finding purpose meaning finding out what are you good at, what comes with ease, or better yet, what is it that you can do effortless. I say anybody can open an Etsy store and start selling, I don't know, marmalade for all I care. Yeah, thank you, Noel. So you find your purpose by looking into your skill set. I do readings for people that don't even understand their skill set, where I can definitely, let's say somebody's skill set would be you have to be a teacher, you have to teach the many. That I can go into your gene codes, in your genealogy, called gene keys, look at what's your life's path. And if your life's path is be the teacher, then you're not selling cosmetics. But that will be explained when I do readings, and it's work. Oh, I don't know where my North Node is, but I'm Aquarian, Sun, Moon, and Scorpio rising. I think my North Node is Leo, and then my center is Piscean. So this is the monk in me, and when I do the stuff with discipline, and I sit it out and I study, I go into this and I don't talk, and it's almost like hermit myself. So you have an idea where I'm at. Marcia, a message to you is pay more attention to what's being sent to you. You're missing it. You're looking in the wrong places. Look at the subtle, not the obvious. Let me see, where was that? Scientology, critical. You know, Scientology it doesn't feel warm or lit. Your birthday influences your gene codes because it's epigenetic, Dr. Bruce Lipton. You inherit that from your parents. And that's set through dates. It's nothing new. It's not even magic. You can really, like I found out what amino acids I'm missing from my birth, preset for my mother born after the war and my grandma born during World War I and II. So I know exactly the problems that I had, which I fixed now. I had amino acids missing for rebuild, restructuring, and muscle recovery was always a problem in conjunction with Lyme. So I found that in the shadow aspect in the gene code. So when I do readings, which is a lot of work, that's why also my readings are I'm not doing 50-cent readings, because I have to really get into the library of the archive of what's written within the Gattaca code, which is a list. If you study long enough and deep enough, you'll find amino acids relating to shadow of things that you have to process in your body, as in CDs. Sorry, this morning is a little bit funky. Okay, any more question? Keep it short and keep it brief so I can respond. Bible texts are, always difficult. Having conflict with anything shows being divided. Well, you see that. It'll be evident. Any thoughts on fruitarian? How can I trust my creative gifts that they will sustain me? Or look at the sustainability of those gifts. What are you doing with that, and what energetically is coming back to you? Where can we get the headgear? Well, eBay, Neo Neurophone, but I think it's $1,000. So this thing is not cheap, but it brings things in perspective if you invest in yourself. Your North Node is about to move from Leo to Cancer. Yeah, Cancer is I want to be in my house and retreating and doing this. This is what the seed is doing this right now. Recovery and trying to actually get back to this. But right now, as fall is coming, we're doing this, and it's okay. So less sexual activity, less stimuli, less root chakra, sacral root. This week is very important to look at that. How do I feel? The overall feeling is, and your entire body feels that, but the program code runs through your sacral and your root chakra. A lot of people that study chakras don't combine this because this is all the circuitry of how your blood flows, and the vortices on your body actually respond to that, explaining where your centers are. Yeah, we are perfect beings, but we need to realize that. My most profound experience with multidimensional beings is watch my video, Contact Mount Shasta with Heather, and listen to what we have experienced. Okay, yeah. I'm not going into detail so much into astrology signs because that will just derail the mission. Again, sometimes people say, I don't need anything, I don't need any gadgets. We're perfect. We need the assistance to understand the vastness of self. Hence, we get gadgets to realize, oh, okay, I can actually be in that state. So this is basically prevents you from having to sit in an ashram for 60 years to be self-realized. So everything is cool. Everything is copacetic. We shall continue. I thank you for your support. And this was just pertaining this week. That's why I keep it short. Yeah, listen to the sensitive, trust your feelings. If it's something that you're attracted to, try to make a connection, try to respond. Also, what I see online, where a lot of people fail, just as a tip, when people are on dating sites or trying to look for people, all of this, when you list your demands, you will not find your partner soul mate or twin flame because you're making demands or forming absolutes of how you want this to be. You have to ask the universe, what is it that my soul needs? You can say, ask your advertising angels, listen to your heart, what has to come to you and what can respond in love accordingly to you. So if you're attracted to something and you really feel that, then act on it. It doesn't matter where it takes you. At least you're being honest with that. And on that note, namaste, and an eventful and experimental and experience-fulfilled week to pay attention to how you feel and what you love, and don't hide it or bite your tongue, being transparent. If that's not accepted, then that's what you must face and see. That's the trial, but you be advantageous when you speak your truth. And on that note, I see you on the flip side. See, again, can't be turning this thing off because this thing doesn't turn off. Goodbye, my friends. So this goes here, and